Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Miami Heat. At small forward, Antoine Walker. At the L forward position, Udonis Haslem. At center, Alonzo Mourning. At point guard, Gary Payton. At the other guard, Dwayne Wade. The head coach of the visiting team is Eric Spoelstra. Let's meet the starting five for the Boston Celtics. At the shooting guard, 6'1", number 21, Bill Sharman. At forward, number 32, Kevin McHale. At center, number 18, Dave Collins. At guard, number 14, Paul Cousy. At forward, number 33, Larry Bird.
And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Tonight, we'll see the Miami Heat as they play against the Boston Celtics here in Boston. Brian Anderson here alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson with Allie LaForce joining us from the floor. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Miami Heat. On Saturday, they'll be playing the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And then Monday, they'll be playing the Bucks in Milwaukee. And let's check Miami's starting lineup. We've got Walker, and it's Wade in at the two-guard spot. And for Boston, and Grant, the teams we'll see tonight have some strong veteran leaders. You were in that role not too long ago, my friend.
You're right, B.A. It feels like just yesterday. And you need a steady presence and voice on the player side. It really can help a team through some rough stretches throughout the year.
And so off the tip, it's Boston. Here's Cousy, guarded by Payton. Pass to Bird. Wide open. Buries the jump shot.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Here's Wade. Turned in an outstanding game against Detroit. Yep, that one's good.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Here's Bird. Rebounded by Mourning. Now Payton. 17 points in his last outing. About a minute into this first quarter. Pass to Walker. Just 5 on the clock. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Well, Boston's been a franchise that has sustained winning, Richard.
Yeah, B.A., look, they've had down years like anyone, but they don't have down decades. And the Celtics, they replenish as fast as any team outside of maybe their rival Lakers.
Free throw good, Walker. Well, Grant, the pace that the Heat like to play is a little slower compared to other teams.
Yeah, B.A. More methodical, definitely. They don't just jack up shots and run quick plays. They're very patient, and they look for the best scoring option.
So he makes one of two, and the second one misses. And talk about consistency, RJ. Boston has made the Eastern Conference Finals 5 out of the last 7 years.
Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal, especially since some of their best players are still developing. I know a guy that thinks that they haven't been very good for a very long time. But I know what Celtics fans want. They want a ring. But they should still feel very proud of what this young team has accomplished.
And Miami has possession, following the bucket by the Celtics. Here's Wade. From outside, off the mark. For Boston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Kuzi. Here's Bird. From downtown, they grab their own miss. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
And he just powered through contact trying to complete the play.
At the line, Dave Collins. At the line for 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
The first free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
On the wing, Payton. Walker for 3. Drains the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
First quarter, just about 2 minutes in. Here's Kuzi, guarded by Payton. Kuzi, the pass to Bird. Shoots over Walker. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Now here's Payton. He's closely guarded. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Haslam. Walker for 3. Boston with a rebound. This, their first chance to take a look at the Heat this season.
This team downed them in last year's conference finals, ultimately ending their championship dreams.
Gary Payton, first personal foul, second team foul.
On defense, the Heat. Pass to Sharman. And there's the screen. Clock at 6. Driving to the basket. Inside. And it's Bird missing.
This has not been his best quarter.
Yeah, he needs to mix things up on the offense. He simply just can't keep missing shots at this rate because he's destroying his teammates.
Here's Mourning. Hits the jump hook.
Mourning. Assist goes to Gary.
Boston with the ball. Trailing by 2. Pass to McHale. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Sharman. Here's Kuzi. Boston again missing. Miami has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Payton passes to Mourning. And he goes in for the dunk.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
Here's Kuzi, 15 in his last outing. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Sharman, the pass to Cowens. And it's rejected. Pass to Haslam. Outside Payton. Here's Wade. Got a hand on it. And he lobs it up to the rim. Throw it down on the lob.
You could just see how in sync they were there.
That's what it takes to pull that off. The Heat with the lead. And here's Payton. No points so far. They set the pick. Wade, the pass to Haslam. Not going to go that time. Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Sharman. Pass to Cowens. Here's Kuzi. Here's McHale. Guarded by Payton. Here's Sharman. Sinks the tray. Sharman's got 5.
Trading the lead back and forth. Neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Baseline jumper. Miami, no good that time either.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Pass to Bird. From the high post. Hits it. Now 2 of 6 from the field.
Defenses nowadays try to protect the rim and the three-point line, so the mid-range is usually available.
They set the pick. Here's Wade. And the three-pointer goes. Wade's got his second basket.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Here's Sharman. Pass to Kuzi. 5 to shoot. 20 feet out. Rebounded by Mourning.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Here's Wade. 5 points in the game. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. 7 points in the game.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
The Celtics have gone 5 of 12 in this first quarter. Pass to McHale. Here's Cowens. Here's Sharman. He came away with 14 points in his last game. Payton with it. And he's going for the oop here. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Celtics. All right, now that we have a break, let's take a look at which teams capitalized from the line last season. Miami in second, fourth, Boston.
You know, you really didn't want to send either team to the line if you had any ideas about winning.
Got a line change here for Boston. Boston trailing. And Boston calls time here. Well, Grant, going into these back-to-back games, do you think coaches are more conscious of the disbursement of minutes in the first game?
You know, they have an idea of the total number of minutes they want their superstar in over the two-day period. But it really comes down to how this first game goes.
Attention Celtics fans, coming onto the floor now is Celtics Entertainment. Make some noise for them. gentlemen, let's get live for Celtics Entertainment. Celtics Entertainment, make some noise.
Russell to pass to Pierce. Outside White. Here's the pick. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
A little hang time with the double clutch, making it look easy.
His first personal foul. Third team foul. At the line, JoJo White. At the line with one shot.
One shot.
That's good from White. The Heat have gone 6 of 11 so far. Williams passes to O'Neal. Outside, Williams. Pass to O'Neal. And Havlicek pulls it down. The Celtics with the lead. Pierce gets the bucket.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Miami Heat. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
They were lights out from beyond the arc, and they spaced the floor beautifully in that one.
Tough to keep the consistency from deep, but they did it last time.
Now here's Anderson. Pass to Bender. He shoots a three. Offensive rebound. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
That free throw misses. And he sinks the second. For Boston, they've got 7 of 15 to find the net. Here's White. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm. Miami's gone 2 of 5 from deep. Throws it up high. O'Neal misses.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Just go to show how tight your timing needs to be on this kind of play. Give the defender credit, willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Outside, Anderson. Pass to O'Neal. Back to Anderson.
Celtics foul. John Havlicek. First personal foul. Third team foul.
White against Williams. Screen by O'Neal. Shot clock at 6.
Celtics foul. Paul Pierce. First personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Pass to O'Neal. Stolen by Russell.
That was just incredible instincts defensively. He saw the ball coming back out and made the play.
Williams, first personal foul, fourth team foul. At the line for the Celtics, JoJo White. At the line for 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That's good from White. White hits them both.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Williams against White. And there's a pick. Now here's Williams. He had 10 points in the win against Detroit. 3 on the clock. He shoots. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. And so it's Boston with it. They lead by 4. White, the pass to Russell. And then Russell with the dunk.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. Here's Williams. Outside, Anderson. Back to Williams. Pass to Bender. O'Neal inside, guarded by Russell. 6 to shoot. Williams passes to Posey. No good on the 3. Boston has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Havlicek. Anderson covers. Havlicek's shot is off.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Back to Williams. Screen by O'Neal. Fires from deep. The rebound, Celtics. Outside Tatum. Ooh, drills the leaner. And now an 8-point Celtic lead.
See, this is what I like about Tatum and the way he uses the pick. That extra room is all he needed and just knocks down the shot.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. Let's use this time to have a look at last year's steals leaders. Third is Jason Tatum.
Last year, he was really opportunistic defensively, creating havoc.
Here's Williams. 1:04 left in the first quarter. Pass to Doliak. Now here's Anderson. Here's Posey. Here's Bender. 4 on the clock. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. Williams from long range gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game.
It's big for them when he's hitting the three. Makes the D work so much harder.
Williams against White. Pass to Havlicek. 26 seconds left in the opening quarter. Tatum gets the bucket.
This is what great scorers do. Tatum rises to the three-point challenge.
And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for Miami. 8-point game. From the arc. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Boston Celtics finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. Looking to run whenever they can. That's part of why they lead. Back to the game after this break. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, what I love is the tremendous belief in their bench. They were looking for points, and their reserves delivered.
Sometimes you just need a change of pace. The bench delivered that.
Miami trailing. On the court for Miami here in the second. We've got Walker, and it's Haslam in at power forward. Outside, Williams. Six on the shot clock. Kicks it out to Anderson. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3.
You know, not the smartest play a defender can make there.
Richard, when you were playing, what was your favorite offensive set to run?
Ooh, back in the day, they used to call it drop 3, where they would just bring the ball up to the side, let me catch it on the right block, and let me play one-on-one. That's what it used to be. Now, maybe it was the back cut.
And he's good on the first of 3. Good on the second one. And he nails the third.
They've been flawless at the line this quarter. They need to stay aggressive and keep drawing fouls. That'll help them chip away at the lead.
Here's Kuzi. He's scoreless. To the right side. Outside Russell. Down low. Here's Havlicek. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. And the Celtics lead by 7.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Williams passes to Doliak. And here's Anderson. And a about a minute gone in the second quarter. Right side, Walker. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Walker's got his second basket on the night. And for Boston, they're shooting 55% for the game so far. Pass to Havlicek. Oh, there's the alley. And the ball out of play. The Heat will have it.
There's one for the low light. Wow. I'm not sure who messed up the pass, but look, somebody did.
And the Heat shooting at a decent clip. 45% for the game. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
The Celtics have terrific depth. They have a number of reserves who could start for other teams. All-star Jason Tatum said those guys sacrificing coming off the bench, I think that just speaks volumes to the commitment that we have to be our best and to playing to our standard every night. Ryan?
That's what it takes, Allie, right? Thank you. Here's Sharman. 5 points in the game. Pass to Bird. The three. No luck on that one. Miami with the ball. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Here's Wade. 7 points in the game. O'Neal passes to Payton. 6 to shoot. Here's Wade. Hits the three-pointer. Wade's got 10.
3 points.
Yeah, he's just a confident shooter from a three-point range, even with the D hovering near him.
To the middle. Here's McHale. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Payton. After the basket by Boston. Floats one up. Boston with a rebound. Cowens has got rebound number 7 tonight.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Pass to Sharman. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Cowens. Launches a three. And it's Bird missing.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
Here's Wade. He's got 10. Knocked loose. Here's Sharman. Walker covering. Pass to Cowens. Here's McHale. Here's Sharman. 5 points in the game. Clock at 6. Drops in the three. And now a 7-point Celtic lead.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Here's Wade.
Boston foul. Ball. Kuzi. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Now Payton. No made baskets yet. Pass to Walker. Just 5 to shoot. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
They're having more success with the three-point shot here in the second quarter as they try to cut into this lead.
And Boston has possession. They lead by 4. Kuzi. Pass to Sharman. Here's Kuzi. Here's Bird. Walker covering. Here's the three. Bird, that's good. Bird's got 7 points in the game.
And that's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
Please put your hands together and welcome to Center Court, Celtics Entertainment.
Now to look at the highest scoring teams in the league from last season. Fourth, Boston.
And last year, I liked watching this team operate on the offensive end. The ball movement, the patience, the confidence. You love seeing all that come together.
Miami has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game.
They're having a hard time with fouls. It's still early, but one more and they'll be over the limit.
Third team foul.
O'Neal on the wing. Pass to Wade. Payton with it. And he lobs it up top. Intercepted.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Sharman, the pass to Kuzi. Here's McHale. Out to the wing. Here's Sharman. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Here's Wade. He's got 10. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And now that they have some time to get a little bit of rest, it's time for these players to regroup while hydrating themselves with some Gatorade, looking to gain a boost of energy as they continue to play in this game.
And staying hydrated is the only surefire way to do it. An athlete's body doesn't have the same power and stamina without proper hydration. These guys will be sure to use this timeout wisely.
Parrish, the pass to Kuzi. Here's Parrish. Pass to Kuzi. Out to the right wing. 18 feet out, and he hits the jumper for 2. Sharman's got 10 points in the game.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Here's Wade. 12 points for him. Blocked! Here's Kuzi. Pass to Bird. Here's McHale. Clock at 4. Sharman, the pass to Kuzi. And a miss there on the triple. The Heat have gone 4 for 7 in the second quarter. Outside Payton. Screen by O'Neal. Launches it. Parrish with a rebound.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
Here's Kuzi. buries it from 3. And it's a 10-point Boston lead.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
They set the screen. Here's Wade. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. 14 points for him. Boston's gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Here's Kuzi, guarded by Payton. Pass to McHale. Shot from the low post is good. McHale's got his second bucket of the night.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over.
Please put your hands together and welcome to Center Court, Celtics Entertainment.
Pass to Posey. Here's Mourning. And that one's good. Mourning's got his third bucket of the night. The Celtics have gotten 7 of 12 shots to go here in the second. Here's Parrish. No points so far. It's stolen. And here we go, the Heat fast break. Rondo with the steal. Fast break, here come the Celtics. The kick to Tatum. Takes the 3. Anderson pulls it down. Miami has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. Outside Payton. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. And even in a short time in the NBA, Tatum has become the model wing for the modern NBA, RJ.
Yeah, he does everything so well. Shooting, defense, playmaking, you name it, this man has it. He gives you everything you want and need in that wing position.
Here's Posey. Here's Mourning. Pass to Williams. Tipped away. Rondo with the steal. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. Garnett. That's good. And the Celtics lead by 10.
This is intelligent basketball. Forcing a turnover and then immediately starting the fast break.
Here's Mourning. Here's Posey. Again, the Heat misses.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
To the paint, Parrish. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Excellent movement on the play. The pass on time and on point.
And so it's Williams with it. He brings it up for the Miami Heat. Pass to Doliak. Knocked away. Rondo with the steal. Got it. Good job in the low post. Rondo. He's got his first 2 points of the night.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
Now here's Williams. He's got 5. Here's Mourning. Shot clock at 6. And he banks in the layup. Mourning's got 8.
Plays like that, so easy for him.
2 minutes.
Pass to Tatum.
2 minutes.
To the inside. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
They have no answer defensively inside.
1:49 left to play in the second quarter. Outside, Anderson. Here's Doliak. Outside, Anderson. Clock at 6. Williams passes to Doliak. Tipped. Tatum feeling it out a bit. There's a minute 17 left in the half.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Now here's Williams.
That's his second, and I think they'll keep him in. But he's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
So both teams changing it up here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's White. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. Timeout called. The Celtics.
Started.
Looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here were the NBA's top dime droppers last year. 5th, Jason Tatum.
Not a lot of guys had better vision on the floor than him. He was able to see passing lanes and ready shooters no one else could.
Here's Pierce. Connects from downtown. Pierce has got 5.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Pass to Posey. Kicks it out to Anderson. Here's Doliak, guarded by Russell. Doliak, no good.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Here's Pierce. And the layup falls. Pierce has got 5 points in the quarter.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
We've got 33 seconds left in the first half of this game. Here's Bender. Pass to Posey to stop the run. Russell with the rebound. Russell's got 4 rebounds now. Tatum passes to White. Back to Tatum. Basket counts. He's got 7.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Bender counted from distance. A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. Celtics out in front. They lead by 18. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, it's a very commanding lead for the Boston Celtics.
Well, the scoring off the bench changed the complexion of this game, and the way it's going, I mean, keep spreading those minutes around, Coach. It's working for you.
When I was playing, I agree with share of the wealth, as long as you didn't take me out.
And switching things up just a bit, let's look ahead at the upcoming schedule.
Checking out Boston. They started off the season the way they wanted. Now you build off that win. Try to generate momentum. Stay undefeated as long as possible.
Yeah, impressive showing in their first game. We'll see if they can roll into a streak here. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Miami has got 6 out of 15 threes so far in this game. Here's Wade. Pass to Haslam. No luck on that one. And for the Heat, we've got Walker. And it's Payton in at the 1. Got a hand on it. Here's Wade. Poke loose. Out left to the wing. Sharman, the pass to McHale. It's good. McHale's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Taking it right at the rack. I mean, that defense is looking real frustrated.
That's the kind of aggression you want to see when you've got a team on the ropes.
And Miami has possession, following the bucket by the Celtics. Payton passes to Mourning, and it's in there. Mourning's got 10 points in the game.
Making the floater look this smooth is not as easy as it looks. It's a challenging shot.
Mourning's gotten all but 1 to fall. He's 5 of 6 now. Pass to McHale. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Celtics lead by 20.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Wade. And again, Miami with a triple.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Cowens. Right wing. Here's Sharman. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the line with 1 shot, Bill Sharman.
Miami, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Outside Peyton. Pass to Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Warning. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity.
First team foul. Shooting for Miami, Alonzo Mourning. 1 shot.
What's up?
The Celtics have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Here's Kuzi. And the Celtics another 3.
On fire to start the second half. 4-5 from the field.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. And it's good. 2 points. Wade's got 19 points. The Celtics have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to go since the break. Kuzi, pass to Sharman. There's a screen to the paint. Here's Cowens. And it's Boston scoring again.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Miami has got 7 of their 16 3-point attempts to go in. Down low. Here's Mourning. The jump hook. Back to Wade. Three-pointer. Cowens grabs the board. Cowens has got 8 rebounds in the game. Sharman pass to Kuzi. Throws it up high. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
At the line for your Celtics, Dave Cowens. At the line for 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And to even things out for free agents from year to year, the league now has something called cap smoothing, RJ.
In the past, free agents in a year with a big cap spike would get a lot more money than free agents in the other years. This is an attempt to even it out so we don't have the same thing happen back in 2017.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter. Left side, Peyton. Rebound, Boston. After this game, they can look forward to Washington, where they'll match up against the Wizards. And that'll be their only game on the road before heading back home. Here's Sharman. Six on the shot clock. 4-3. Boston, no good that time either. Miami has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Commissioner Adam Silver maintains that he is not against shortening the regular season. He said, quote, the fact that teams are focused on load management and players are resting, it sends a message. And while he doesn't want to be tradition-bound, guys, he said whatever happens, they'd ensure every team visits every city at least once per season.
That's an interesting point there from the commissioner. Thanks, Allie. And Walker's got the ball here for the Heat. Pass to Peyton. And he's going for the oop here. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Oh, great teamwork right there.
Hey, you got to love the finish. Bringing it down with some attitude. The Celtics have gotten 5 of 8 shots to go in the third. Here's Sharman. They set a pick. Here's Kuzi, guarded by Payton. 6 to shoot. Here's Sharman. 13 points in the game.
Analytics already don't favor the mid-range jumper, let alone against exceptional defense.
Outside Payton. Pass to Wade. Here's Mourning. And he gets it to go. He's 8 of 11 now.
They've struggled, but hey, you cannot lay it at his feet. Offensively, he's getting it done.
And the Celtics call time here.
All right, fans, give it up for Celtics Entertainment.
The Heat making a change here.
Celtics Entertainment.
Here's Kuzi, guarded by Payton. To the wing, right side. The 3-ball. Sharman's shot is good. Sharman's got 6 in the quarter.
He's earning his keep offensively, a key part of their winning effort at this point.
Here's Payton, still without a bucket. Outside, Anderson. Pass to Mourning. Screen by O'Neal. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's Bird with a rebound. For Boston, they've got 6 of 10 shots to fall in this third quarter. Driving inside. The shot by Kuzi, no good.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Here's Mourning. Shot from 12. Good. Mourning's got 19 points.
Can't blame the deficit on him. He's been scoring at will this period.
Boston's got 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Here's Kuzi, guarded by Payton. Kuzi, pass to McHale. Just 5 on the clock. From deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
The Heat have gone 7 of 13 in the second half. Pass to Posey. Here's Mourning. He's got 19. Here's O'Neal. Outside Payton. Lets the 3 fly. Parrish with a rebound. Boston has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. And it's Bird missing. Miami's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Right side Anderson. got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. And that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Wade. Rebounded by the Celtics. Here's Bird. 7 points in the game. Pass to Parrish. Here's Sharman. Three-pointer. And it's Miami with a rebound. Haslam's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Payton. The three is up. Buries it from 3. Payton's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Sharman. The ball's knocked loose. Here's Bird. Three-pointer. Knocks down the triple. Bird's got 10.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Miami has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Right side, Payton. Rondo with the steal. Inside. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. All right, a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And another note, how about the way they've cashed in off turnovers, taking advantage when given the extra opportunity.
So Miami ends up going with a new group.
And really strong at the line since the break.
And Miami has possession. Pass to Anderson. Back to Williams. Got a piece of it. Here's O'Neal, guarded by Russell.
Boston foul.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Rondo. And Miami with a change here too. Anderson's checked in. Williams against White. Williams passes to O'Neal. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
At the line for the Heat, Shaquille O'Neal. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. He's off on the second. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Celtics. To the middle. Pass to Havlicek. Let's go with a 3. Knocks down the long J. Havlicek's got his second bucket on the night.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
They double him with White. Count it.
It's interesting. They definitely had more three-point attempts in the first half. Not sure why they went away from it.
Pass to Pierce. Down low. Here's Tatum. And he converts the layup. Tatum's got 9.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Now here's Wright. Here's O'Neal. From down in the low post, it goes. O'Neal's got his second basket of the game.
They need to run plays for him, get him more touches, whatever it takes to get him producing.
To the inside. Here's Tatum. No good there, off the double clutch. Miami has gotten 2 of 4 threes to fall here in this third quarter. Wright against Tatum. Wright, the pass to O'Neal. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Here's White. He's got 7. Inside. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Surefire. One-handed stuff.
Yeah, with his focus, he's not going to miss that. And for the Heat, they're shooting an efficient 55% in the third quarter. Outside, Anderson. Pass to Doliak. Outside, Anderson. Now Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over White. No good from 18. Boston shooting a remarkable 60% clip. Very efficient. And here's Tatum. Hounded by Wright. For 3. Doliak grabs the board. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Outside, Anderson. Doliak, pass to Williams. Here he goes. Screen by O'Neal. Releases. Williams misses. And so it's the Boston Celtics up 25 big ones as we head into the next period. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We'll be back in a moment. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page, woo.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Pass to Sharman. And you look at two-way players who split time between the NBA and G League. They become important to roster construction, RJ.
It is, but I think also that the NBA has to make sure that these guys are taken care of because they're less expensive, so they end up having to do this bouncing back and forth. And you can have 3 guys shuffling back and forth. It's given a lot of young players an opportunity to prove themselves, but I still think that the teams need to make sure that they're taken care of.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both. Well, Miami shooting a solid 47%, setting the floor for the Heat. We've got Walker, and it's Haslam in at the 4. Outside Walker. Pass to Haslam. Shot clock at 6. Payton with it. This one for 3. Yes! Great play by Walker to set it up.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Russell. Sharman, the pass to Cowens. Here's Kuzi, guarded by Payton. Fires from deep. Oh, nice shot by Kuzi.
He knocked one deep ball in the first half, but you start to get the feeling he's finding his rhythm out there now.
To the paint. And a big-time jam right there.
Strong performance from him, but he may need to do even more if they're going to win this game.
They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way.
Kuzi, the pass to Sharman. And again, Boston with the triple.
Whoa, that man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. Gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Here's Wade. Shot clock at 5. Pulls it from 20. Again, the Heat score. Boston has gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the 4th. Pass to Cowens. Here's Kuzi. To the right side. To the middle. And then Russell with the dunk. Woo!
B.A., that's lit.
Ferocious all the way. Man, that was good. The Heat have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the 4th. Oh, ripped away. Now the Celtics on the move. Wade, the pass to Walker. Over to the wing. And in terms of the league as a whole, there have been some of the highest scoring seasons in history the last few years, Grant.
Well, B.A., it's all about pace. And across the board, teams are playing much, much faster. Faster than ever. It also seems like defense might be turning into a lost art. So I don't know if it's all for the best. And after being held scoreless in the first half, he's starting to turn it on.
Pass to Cowens. Out to the right wing. Here's Sharman. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
The officials were right on top of that one.
At the line for your Celtics, Bill Sharman.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. For Miami, they've got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Timeout called, the Heat.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Yeah, we can see over here, the coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Celtics fans, get on right now for Celtics Entertainment. seventh.
Left side, Peyton. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Here's Bird. Walker covering. Pass to Kuzi. It's tipped. On the wing, Peyton. And he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
He's caught fire here in the second half. Better late than never.
Boston's gone 2 of 2 from outside so far in the fourth. Here's Sharman. Here's Kuzi. Gets the 3 to fall. Kuzi's got 9 points now in the second half.
If you want to throw out of a double team in the NBA, you really have to sell it.
For Miami, they've gotten off to a perfect 5 for 5 so far in the fourth. Here's Wade. The 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Wade's got 22 points.
And now with 2 3-pointers in each half, he's really doing his all to help his team out from deep.
Pass to Sharman. Here's Bird. And again, Boston with the triple.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Wade. Down low. Oh, the block shot grabs it out of the air.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Kuzi, pass to Sharman. Right wing. Here's Cowens. Again, the Celtics good for 2 more.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
If he has space in the mid-range, he'll let it fly. Doesn't matter if the score is tied or they are up big.
The Heat have gotten almost all of their shots to fall in the fourth. 6 of 7. And here's Peyton. Outside Walker. Here's Wade. Fader on the way. The rebound, Celtics. McHale's got 5 rebounds in the game. Out to the wing. Here's Kuzi. And again, Boston with the triple.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Outside Peyton. They need this. The long distance 3 is buried.
Hey, whatever coach told him during the break is beginning to pay off.
And he's going for the lob. Deflected. Here's Wade. No good. A bit long that time. Here's Bird. Guarded by Peyton. Walker on the double team. Here's Cowens. Again, Boston.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Miami has gone 3 for 3 from downtown in this fourth quarter. Here's Wade. Pass to Peyton. Beyond the arc. And it's Bird with a rebound. Here's Kuzi. Guarded by Peyton. Kuzi. The pass to McHale. Here's Bird. And again, Boston with the triple.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
Now here's Peyton. Outside Walker. Pass to Wade. Takes a 13-footer. Count that one. Wade's got 5 points in the quarter. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Here's Kuzi. Here's Sharman. Pass to Bird from the arc. And again, Boston with the triple.
After some misses in the first, he's making up for it now.
The Heat have gone 8 of 12 so far here in the fourth. Here's Wade. And Richard, you played for 8 different teams, but what was your favorite city in the NBA?
It wasn't any of the places that I played. I love LA, I love Miami, I love New York, I love me some Toronto. But my favorite place was Phoenix.
And rejected. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. O'Neal, he's checked in for Miami.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Here's Bird. Pass to Sharman. From downtown. Ooh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now.
When this guy starts hitting threes, watch out. He's just pouring it on this half.
Here's Wade. Lets it fly. Here's Haslam. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup. Haslam's got his first basket.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
Kuzi, the pass to Bird. And they call an illegal screen here.
That's his first turnover of the game, and that only goes to show how well he's taking care of the ball to this point.
Miami has gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. Outside Payton. Pass to Wade. It's deflected.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Payton with a steal. Shoots from 14. Cowens grabs the board. Cowens has got rebound number 13 tonight with that one. Pass to Sharman. Inside. Oh, they get a hand on it. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. Here's Kuzi. McHale, the pass to Sharman. 5 on the clock. That's tipped. Fires the 3. Offensive board. Pass to Kuzi. Here's McHale. From deep three-point land. Walker pulls down the board. Heat shooting a terrific 56% so far in the fourth quarter. Here's O'Neal. And the layup is good off the glass.
He saw a path to the rim, and he took it. The defense just couldn't stop him.
One side is dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play.
Kuzi, the pass to Bird. Walker on the double team. Here's Sharman. Boston again missing. And for the Heat, they're shooting efficiently. 50% so far. Back to Wade. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Wade's got 12 points in just the second half.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Celtics.
The coaching staff has to be happy with the way they've limited their turnovers here.
Yeah, B.A., that's hashtag facts. Just tremendous patience and self-control.
And this one concludes with their second victory of the year.
And having this win on the books might give them a little mental advantage the next 2 times these squads meet. And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Well, from broadcasting to team ownership, heading USA Basketball, Grant, what drives you to do so much these days?
Well, B.A., I'm an active guy, and I had a great playing career. But the things I wasn't able to do because of the injury, I think, left me even more motivated to excel and try new things in this next chapter of my life.
And he makes a first. And so he makes both from the line. And here are the Heat now. Here's Wade. And there's the screen. Pass to Payton. 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the three. It's rebounded by McHale. Boston on offense. Spins. Bird passes to Coward. And yep, it's good.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Now here's Payton, tightly guarded. Outside Walker. Pass to Wade. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. 15 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Kuzi. So it's Boston easily grabbing this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. They were just dominant out there.
And that'll do it, folks. For the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. We leave you now with our New Balance Player of the Game.